How is the feeling in the camp after what was probably an unusually poor performance on the weekend?
Yeah, it was disappointing. I think everyone knows. We were our own worst enemy on the weekend. They played great, but we gave them every opportunity with just silly drop balls and errors, which didn't make it any easier coming up against those big boys from New Zealand. So yeah, that's one thing that we have to change for this weekend.
How's the feeling in the camp given it's basically do or die this weekend? You don't win and you're not going to make the final.
Yeah, it hasn't really been addressed that much yet. But at the end of the day, that's the cold hard facts. I'm sure Tim will speak a little bit more about game plans and what we want to do differently or how we want to play differently. But it's more just rest and recuperate at this stage, early in the week.
In terms of preparation for this game, it's probably one of the better English sides in recent memory. Something I guess that you boys are going to have to be prepared for.
Yeah, you're always prepared. It's international football, and they've got some superstars that have been in the NRL now for a few years and standing out at that level. So I think the experience of playing up against those guys might help us a little bit. But at the end of the day, you pull on your nation's jersey and you grow another leg. Everyone saw it the other night against the New Zealand team, and the English are just going to be just as hard this week.
Cam mentioned yesterday that maybe there was some complacency after you scored the early try last week. Do you think that was an issue?
Oh, it may have been an issue. I've played in games before where you come out and everything goes to plan quite early, and you take the foot off the pedal a little bit. It was a bit back and forward. We were making errors, but we weren't able to defend our errors, and that's something the Australian team's usually been quite good at, is defending our errors. And that compiled with losing our 5'8" NGI. Did put a lot of pressure on Cooper and the rest of the ball players, and it was a bit of a scrappy second half. But you can't make excuses at this stage. We're playing for our country, and you got to be at your best every time. So we're lucky we got another opportunity this week to make amends.
The big guys hurt you in the middle of the field. Obviously, England's probably bigger than New Zealand. It's obviously an issue you've got to address.
Yeah, they did hurt us in the middle, but that comes from giving them possession as well. You get in an arm wrestle with teams and they go on a length of the field. I've got confidence in my team that we can arm wrestle a team out of a game. They've got big boys, and big boys are going to blow out at some stage. Against New Zealand on the weekend, we couldn't get in that arm wrestle because we kept coughing up possession in our end, and with the extra couple of injuries that we did have, a few of the guys were quite gassed there in the second half, and I think it showed with the ease that they were running through our middle.
Do you know a lot about the English players who aren't playing in the NRL? Is it something that concerns you a lot?
No, I don't. We haven't done any video yet about those guys, and there is a lot of new faces in that English team that haven't been over here before. So, yeah, they would have got some good footage from the Samoan game on the weekend, and I'm sure we'll do a fair review on the players to watch from that team.
Have you ever seen that halfback, Matty Smith?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't seen much of him. Like a lot of their players, we weren't able. I think we watched a few minutes of the game on Saturday night, but we were preparing for our own battle, and through the week, I'm sure Dave and Tim will have us sitting down and going through their individuals.
The situation, with Daly Cherry Evans, obviously gone home to be with his wife. He's had an injury as well. Are you expecting him back for the weekend?
Oh, it's hard to say. We don't really know. We've got another half there, I guess, waiting in Benny Hunt, and he's been great for the Broncos this year. So, I think everyone's just playing it by ear at the moment. Hopefully he can get back, but he's under that injury cloud as well. So we'll have to wait and see how we go there.
Obviously, Paul Gallen was hit with a pretty hefty suspension by the NRL. Something that you're obviously players have to be wary of in terms of social media.
Yeah, I guess you have to always be thinking. There's no excuses when you throw a tweet out online, and Gal's got plenty of money. He'll be right.
Are you worried about? Are you worried about Paul at all at the moment? I mean, he seems to have a few things on his plate. He doesn't seem to be overly happy with things. Given you played a lot of footy with him, you're sort of worried for his welfare.
Yeah, you always got to worry. I've been through tough times myself, and when everyone's against you and you're getting hammered left, right, and centre in the media. It's not great for your for your own mental state, but I'm sure his wife Annie and the club at the Sharks will be holding tight around him. I know he's been through a rough shot with the drug saga and then now this. Hopefully he can just get it behind him and get back to playing football
Were
again.
you surprised by the size of the penalty?
Mate, that's penalties is what it is. It is what it is. You can't really. We've got no say in the matter. And I guess probably a little surprised, but that's the way today's media is. The way you can't be saying those sort of things, and I'm sure that you won't be making that same mistake again.